Let's begin. So in today's class, we are going to discuss questions from laws of motion. Okay. In yesterday's class, you all must have gone through questions from 2D motion. Anna? So till now, we have studied about motion. Like we have calculated acceleration, velocity, displacement, and various kinds of things, but we were not reading about reasons behind the motion. So now we are going to read that will come under dynamics. So this is laws of motion. So in all these topics, we will be dealing with forces. Done. So let's start with the very first question. And very first question is there on your screen. Take some 1.5 minutes of time and solve it. Okay. And then let me know. Read the question carefully, solve it, and let me know the answer to chat section. Okay. You all must have studied momentum and conservation of momentum, right? What is impulse? What is impulse? आप सबने पढ़ा होगा force equal to one thing is mass into acceleration. Another thing is what? We can write it like m. Acceleration can be written as m dv by dt. So m dv mass into change in velocity, that can be written as what? क्योंकि आप इसको लिख सकते हो m v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. dv change in velocity by change in time. And this is nothing but change in momentum. So change in momentum by change in time is what? Force. And this f delta t is nothing but impulse. Okay? This is your impulse. So if you are getting asked to calculate the impulse, you have to calculate change in momentum, right? So calculate here change in momentum. You will get the answer. So let me know now. Hello, let me know. Anyone who has got the answer. Okay. So should I solve it? Anyway, what the question is here? Question is that there is a ball of mass 0.15 kg that is being dropped from a height 10 meter. So suppose you are dropping a ball downward. Obviously, you're dropping. So it's falling down from the height of what? From the height of 10 meter, right? And what is happening? It will strike the ground. And after striking the ground, what is happening again? It is rebounding. It is jumping high, or it is going up to the same height, right? So again, it is reaching to this height. What does it mean? It means that during its interaction with the ground, or during its interaction with the ground, अगर मैं short term में बोलूँ तो loss of energy नहीं हो रही है. इसलिए जितने हाइट से वो गिरा था, टू द सेम हाइट इट इज राइजिंग. So first of all, try to calculate the velocity when it will strike the ground. So what will be its velocity? Kinematics, you already have done questions from kinematics. So you simply need to apply kinematics to find out what will be its velocity just before it will strike the ground. So let's say just before it strikes the ground, its velocity is v1, and just after it starts rising up again, its velocity is v2. Done. So let's calculate V1 first. So it is being dropped. So its initial velocity here is what? 0. And final velocity after traveling through 10-meter height is V1. Done. So this is the final velocity. We can apply kinematics equation, second motion, second equation. क्या है वो, या थर्ड, जो भी बोलो. V square equal to U square plus 2AX. So what is the V square here? That is V1 का square. U square is 0. So 2 into height को अगर आप लिखोगे तो 10. Acceleration due to gravity 10 we have to take. So this is 10. Now what will be V1? V1 will be equal to root 200, right? So this is root 200. अब देखो यहाँ पे what is that point we need to catch actually. यहाँ पे वही चीज है कि in the question it is given that it is rebounding to the same height. So it will rebound to same height only if its velocity while striking and while going up is same. यानी कि V1 should be equal to V2. Then only it will again rise up to the same height. Okay. So finally its velocity is at the point, जैसे it is colliding with the earth, है ना, ball is colliding with earth, and just before collision its velocity is v1 in the downward direction, and just after collision its velocity is v2 in the upward direction. Magnitude is same, v1 equal to v2, only direction is different. So what will be the change in momentum? क्योंकि we have to calculate impulse, तो आप change in momentum निकाल लो. What will be change in momentum? Mass v2 minus v1. तो मैं डायरेक्शन पॉजिटिव ले लेती हूँ, डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन विल बी नेगेटिव, राइट? So mass का value you put here 0.15 and V2 is how much? If you see V2 magnitude is root 200 with plus sign 200 minus V1 will become how much? Minus root 200, right? So यहाँ पे आप लिखो minus root 200, minus minus plus हो जाएगा 0.15 into 2 into 2 root 100, right? So इसको अगर ध्यान से सॉल्व करोगे, so it will become 0.15 into t, 2.3 होगा, यहाँ से 10 बाहर आएगा, so 3 root 2 something. ठीक है, रूट 2 का वैल्यू क्या लिखोगे? 1.41 के अराउंड लिखोगे, इसको 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो 4.2 के अराउंड आंसर आएगा. डन. सो द आंसर शुड बी व्हाट? 4.2 kg मीटर पर सेकंड, राइट? आई होप यू ऑल मस्ट हैव गॉट इट. किसी को कोई डाउट है? लेट मी नो. Anyone, any doubt? देखो, through every question what you have to do is you have to understand the concept. So in the very first question we understood the concept of impulse. Impulse होता क्या है? Done. So even if you are not able to solve the question, not an issue. Thing is कि whatever you're being taught through every question, whatever concept you are being given through every question, that you should keep in your head, right? So that you should highlight in your note. चलो, done. किसी को doubt है? No one? Anyone here on Zoom or there on YouTube? कोई भी, किसी को कोई डाउट है? नहीं है, चलो ठीक है, बोल दिया करो. You can write in the chat section now. So answer is C. Now do this question, okay? This is also from impulse itself, है ना? Done. So read the question carefully. Take 1.5 minute again and let me know what will be the answer. ओके, JNV राजकोट, नो डाउट ना, ठीक है, चलो इस क्वेश्चन को करो. इफ यू पीपल हैव अंडरस्टूड द प्रीवियस कॉन्सेप्ट इम्पल्स वाला थिंग, देन यू विल बी एबल टू सॉल्व. And graph question you all must have done in the kinematics. I also taught you one day graph. So graph का area under curve क्या कैसे होगा, that you can deal with, है ना. तो try to solve it. Try करो, उसके बाद मैं तो बताऊंगी. Do try. Okay, JNB Rajkot, very good. I got one answer. That is correct. Very good. Others, please. JNB Bhavnagar, 11th Science. From which JNB you are? जल्दी से बताओ क्या होगा. देखो, every class is in itself a lesson, a whole lesson. So you should not miss the class. I can see there are very few people here. But again, that is their loss here. Try to learn. Others, कर सकते हो तुम लोग, जल्दी से बताओ क्या आंसर आ रहा है. चलो ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे इन द क्वेश्चन व्हाट इज गिवन, फोर्स A acting on a particle of mass m, there is a particle of mass m, upon it a force F is acting, right? And the force time graph is given in the question, the change in momentum of particle over the time interval from 0 to 8 seconds. So question में we are getting asked what is delta P, change in momentum. अभी अभी मैंने बताया कि जो force होता है that is rate of change of momentum. So if dt is what? If dt is dp, done. So this is change in momentum. This is also called impulse, right? Now you just see here, this is F versus T curve. मैंने बताया था तुम लोगों को पहले कि if there is a y along this axis, x along this axis, and if curve is like this, then area under curve is written as what? Y dx, integration of this. So basically y into dx will deal with the area. यहाँ पे this is along y axis, there is force, along x axis there is time. So F delta T will deal with the area, done. And F delta T is equal to what? Impulse. तो यहाँ पे अगर तुम 0 से 8 सेकंड तक यहाँ से स्टार्ट करके यहाँ तक अगर ग्राफ का एरिया निकाल लेते, if you are calculating the area, then you will get the value of what? Just one. Okay. So if you're able to calculate the area, you will get what? You will get F dt. तो area फटाफट calculate कर लो. This is triangle. Its area will be what? तो चलो मैं इसको 1 बुलाती हूँ, इसको 2, इसको 3. So A1 का value will be how much? That is a triangle. So A1 will be half base. Base is how much? 0 से 2 है. So 2. Height is how much? This is up to 6. So this is 6. Done. Now write A2. A2 कितना होगा देखो, this is how much? This is 4 minus 2, that is 2. And this height is how much? 3. And remember that here x is positive, y is negative. So वो sign भी हमें लेना पड़ेगा. In the discussion of graph, I have told you, calculate area with proper sign. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा? X is time is positive and force is negative. So area will be negative. So this is this. Now what will be A3? यहाँ पे तो सारे ही पॉजिटिव है, सो दिस इज अ रेक्टेंगल, तो यहाँ पे 8 माइनस 4 4 इंटू हाइट इज हाउ मच, दैट इज 3, सो दिस इज टोटल एरिया, सम कर लो सारे को, so what you are going to get, this is 6, this is minus 6, this is 12, so this is 12, fdt is how much, 12 newton second, right, force का unit newton, time का second, 12 newton second, that is change in moment, so the answer will be what, answer will be 6, so this is this much easy, right, it's not difficult. अब आप ध्यान से अगले क्वेश्चन को देखना, ठीक है, इस क्वेश्चन में भी I have included this question so that I can let you know about a very important thing done, but before that, before I discuss, take 1.5 minute of time and do solve, try solving it, ठीक है, चलो, इस 1.5 minute में I should stay silent so that you can concentrate. In this question also you have to calculate impulse itself, right? यानी कि एफ डी टी और डीपी both are same, right? So I got one answer, but that is not correct. That is not correct because you're not dealing with the direction properly. Chenvi Rajput, same problem. Chalo, koi nahi. So you people are making the mistake that I thought you would be making. So it's better now. Now I discuss this question. Actually, what happens now when you calculate change in momentum? Okay, change in momentum is what? When we calculate change in momentum, we have to be very much careful about the direction of which direction I'm talking about. Just say here, what you people did is MV, initial momentum, final momentum you took as minus MV because it's changing its direction. Done. So you calculated change in momentum to MV, है ना? But change in momentum here, conservation of momentum जो तुम लोग पढ़ते हो ना, that momentum we conserve along which direction, or when we write f dt equal to dp, then we are talking about change in momentum, but in which direction, that is important. So that direction is actually your line of impact, ठीक है, यहाँ पे मैं लिख देती हूँ, this is very important. This direction is nothing but line of impact, line of, this is your line, this is your, and your, तो ये समझ से यहाँ देख लो, अगर एक वॉल है, ठीक है, so if you are hitting, if you are allowing a ball to fall on it like this, so what will happen, ball will come here, then it will strike the wall like this, so wall will exert a force on this wall, then in which direction, in which direction, in this direction, है ना, so this will become line of impact. Again this is ambiguous, जैसे यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे अगर मैं ऐसे बॉल की बात करूं, so in which direction force will get applied, then we need to calculate that. वो कैसे से समझते हैं, यहाँ पे दो बॉल ले लो, सपोज दिस इज बॉल ए एंड दिस इज बॉल बी, ठीक है, they are moving towards each other with certain velocity. Suppose what will happen when they will collide, they will collide like this, and during collision force will act in between them, and the line along which force will act will be line of impact. और line of impact हमेशा हम लोग ड्रॉ कैसे करते हैं, दोनों बॉडीज का take center of mass, right? So center of mass of this is this is this, so join these two center of mass, that will give you line of impact, ठीक है. Similarly here, यहाँ पे wall का center of mass can be taken like this, और तुम्हारा बॉल को सही से ऐसे बनाओगे, इट विल स्ट्राइक लाइक दिस, सेंटर ऑफ मास इज दिस, so it will be always the vertical line. Remember, in case of ball striking the wall, it will always be which direction, vertical line, ठीक है, ये दिमाग में रखना. तो यहाँ पे line of impact, if line of impact is this, then we need to calculate change in momentum along this, because that is equal to impulse FTT, ठीक है. तो अब आंसर क्या होगा, JNB राजगुरु. यस, नाउ आंसर विल बी व्हाट, MV. क्यों, क्योंकि देखो इनिशियल मोमेंटम along this direction is how much, MV cos 60. So initial momentum, if I write along line of impact, that is your MV cos 60. चलो इस डायरेक्शन को चलो मैं पॉजिटिव मानती हूँ, तो ये डायरेक्शन नेगेटिव होगा, फाइनल मोमेंटम विल बी व्हाट, माइनस MV cos 60. So change in momentum will be how much, MV cos 60 means this is simply MV into 1 by 2, MV into 1 by 2. If you're going to subtract these two, so this is minus MV by 2 minus MV by 2, so that will become minus MV. If we talk about the magnitude, so change in momentum is MV, so impulse is how much, the value of impulse imparted by wall on the ball will be what, MV, not 2MV, है ना. 2MV क्यों नहीं लिख रहे, क्योंकि we calculate change in momentum along the line of impact. line of impact कैसे draw करते हैं, just join their center of mass. Done. In the case of wall, थोड़ा सा confusion होगा कि wall का center of mass कैसे ले, so I am telling you, just imagine ball is striking the wall, you will see that की force is acting along this, ठीक है, so this is the line of it. Okay, चलो. So I hope it is clear. Let's do another question. Chalo. So this is totally from the conservation of momentum itself. Question is very easy. Take some 1.5 minutes. After that, we will get question from Gmails also, don't worry. So I've just included question from both the section to just let everyone feel inclusive, and also to discuss simple things, then also a bit more complex thing also, so that we will do later. पहले इसको करके बताओ. Take 1.5 minutes, let me know the answer. I hope it is easier for you to solve. Just you need to conserve momentum, right? चलो, I'm giving you one hint here. What is happening? There is an object. Suppose कर लो object has mass m. So this is flying in air and its velocity is given. So its velocity is in x direction, y direction, k direction, right? Sorry, z direction. So what happens? It breaks into two pieces whose masses are in the ratio 1:5. So suppose कर लो initial mass is 6m. So I have a body of mass 6m, which is flying in air with this velocity. It is breaking into 1:5 ratio. So if it is breaking into 1:5 ratio, then this will have mass m and this will have mass 5. Their total mass being 6m, right? So अगर mass को m लोगे, तो one piece mass will become what? If it is 1:5 ratio, अगर मास m लेते तो इसको कैसे डिवाइड करते? So this would become m by 6 and become 5m by 6, है ना? Such that sum of the mass gets. So what you have to do, 1:5, so 5 plus 1, 6 कर लो. You have mass of m by 6, another 5m by 6. Done. So this is this done. So both way you can go. Just assumption initial mass what so the initial what is their in momentum what mass three directions direction so initial mass 6 into velocity you do. So what is the velocity is 20 km plus 20 12 km, right? This is done. So initial what will be initial momentum will first momentum, so momentum second will be momentum part, so it will become the smaller mass flies off with the velocity of this. The smaller mass velocity is given, that is 100 I cap plus 35 j cap plus 8 k cap plus क्या करोगे? Plus momentum of heavier mass after collision. तो यहाँ पे देखो क्या होगा? 5m. This its velocity is not given, right? So you will be writing vx I cap plus vy j cap plus vz k. अब मोमेंटम क्या करना है? कंजर्व करना है, राइट? जेनवी राजकोट, यस, वेरी गुड. So you have to conserve the momentum. Then initial momentum should be equal to final momentum along each direction. So initial momentum in x direction should be equal to final momentum in x direction. Initial momentum in y direction should be equal to final momentum in y direction. Initial momentum in z direction should be equal to final momentum in z direction. तो आप इसको solve कर लो. If you're going to solve it, what you will get here? So initial momentum in x direction is how much? 6m into 20, है ना? So right here, what you will write? 6m into 20, and final momentum in x direction will be how much? M into 100 plus 5m into vx. So 100m plus 5 vx. So 100m, this is 120m. So this will become 20m equal to 5 vx. 5 mvx, sorry, mv होगा. So mvx 5 mm cancel होगा, 5 से ये 4 times जाएगा. Vx is how much? 4 meter per second. Similarly, we can calculate v by vz, right? So in the option, only option A has 4 I cap. Velocity in x direction is 4. In another options, velocity in x direction is different. So only correct answer is A. और सबके लिए solve करने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. Here you are done, right? So correct answer will be what? A. This is how we deal with momentum in different direction if it is given, right? Anyone, any doubt? किसी को कोई doubt है? Any doubt? चलो ठीक है. So let's move ahead. Now this is a question done. So now we are moving on to writing FBD, free body diagram. So देखो, in laws of motion we will be dealing with lots of others lecture also. So this is just lecture 1. There are so much to discuss in this. So we are just starting with the topic. Okay. Just take another 1.5 minutes. If you know, you will be able to solve it within 1 minute. But take 1.5 minutes, try to write whatever you wish like is important to solve the question. So do it and let me know if you're getting the answer. Question is not difficult. I hope you people are drawing it. So how you will draw the free body diagram of A and B? Free body diagram means you have to simply draw all the forces that is acting on A and B, right? So let's first see A. So A is like this. Now what will happen if we are applying a force on A? What will happen? It is trying to press A towards the wall, right? So that effect will also be felt by B, right? So between A and B, there will be force. You know, A is like this. Fine difference if I draw. B is like this. So if A is getting pressed against the wall, then what will happen? This same, the effect of this force will also get felt by B. है ना? So B will also get pressed towards the wall. And so what I'm trying to say is that A will apply force on B in this direction, right? So force on B because of A. This will create a reaction also. So B will also apply a force on it in this direction, right? So that will be what? FBA. So इसको मैं चलो नॉर्मल रिएक्शन नॉर्मल की तरह ट्रीट करती हूँ, N लिखती हूँ. Done. So on A, force acting is F first. and on A, in force is getting acted like this by B. Okay, so this is N. Now what else force will act on the A? In the downward direction, gravitational force, that is your mg. Mg value is given. A has a mass of 20 Newton, so that is 20 Newton. What else will act? In the question, it is given that there is friction force or friction uh, present between A and B. So this is A. This is the surface of A. Surface of A कैसा है? ये है surface of A, and on surface of A, what is happening? B is resting, and there is friction present here. There is friction present. So what will happen? Friction force will come into effect. Now, what will be the direction of friction force? You just see here, A will try to fall down. Done. So if A will try to fall down on this surface, A is sliding down. So B will apply friction force, friction force getting acted by surface of B will be in which direction? In the upward direction. समझ रहे हो तुम लोग? B के surface पे, B का ये surface है ना, on this surface A is resting. So A has a tendency to fall down. Friction force will act in the opposite direction. क्योंकि friction acts opposite to the direction in which it has tendency to move, right? So it has tendency to fall down. So friction force will act in the upward direction. So again, यहाँ पे लिखो F1. Done. Again, if A is experiencing a friction force of F1, it will also experience the reaction of this friction force F1. Now let's write the value of B. So on B, which this in action reaction pair, downward direction में gravitational force. Now the reaction of this F1 also, so that F1 done. Again, there is friction present here also. So this block force acting in the downward direction will have tendency to fall. So friction will act in the upward direction here also. So let it call F. Done. So it is having two friction force, one coming from the action reaction pair and another coming from this surface, right? So this is this. What is the question? Question is ki frictional force applied by wall in the block B is what? Done. So let's focus on vertical motion itself. So for A, if this A is in race, vertical force should balance out. So F1 will become equal to 20 Newton, right? No other force is acting in the vertical direction. So upward force is F1, downward force is 20. They must be equal so that A will remain in race. Now come to B. So if A will remain in race, now come to B. So if B is also in race, then F2 should be equal to F1 plus 100. So F1 is how much? 20. This is 100. So the answer will be how much? 120 Newton. This much I explained so that you can understand how you drop. किसी भी फोर्स को मिस नहीं करना है. Always remember, if force is acting with two bodies, then what will happen? Because of like if force is acting because of contact between two bodies, then if it has a axis, it will also have a reaction on the another body, just like N and just like F1. ठीक है? तो ये चीजें you have to keep in your head. Okay? चलो, anyone any doubt in writing these forces? किसी को कोई डाउट है? Okay, no doubt. Chalo, let's move ahead with another question. ठीक है? This is another question. Again, you just need to write the forces properly and then you just need to solve for it. ठीक है? So take again 1.5 minutes and do it. I need answer. एक answer तो करो कोई. Question is not difficult. Here you don't need to write more number of forces also. है ना? Only important thing here is tension वाला thing. So you should know to solve this question. You should know how we apply tension force. Done. So that is all. Okay. Let me explain you. There are two masses, right? 5 kg and 10 kg, connected by an inextensible string over a frictionless pulley. देखो, frictionless pulley है. So what is the meaning of this friction? इसका मतलब ये होता है, like until rotation, we will only discuss with frictionless pulley. If the pulley is frictionless, it means whatever a string is going through, passing over it. So this is a string passing over it. So tension in first part of the string, इसको first part बुला लो, इसको second part बुला लो. So if the pulley is frictionless, then tension acting on these two will be what? Same. I mean tension force in both of these two string will be same. Okay? If it is not frictionless, then it will be different. That we will discuss in rotation. Until rotation, we don't have to take care of this part. Okay? So pulley is frictionless means whatever a string is passing through it, it will have same tension throughout. Then inextensible hai, definitely its length will not change if it is connected by inextensible string, means a string का length change नहीं हो रहा. In every question you will get inextensible string only. Done. This is moving as shown in the figure. Coefficient of friction of horizontal surface is 0.15. So here coefficient of friction is now the minimum weight aim that should be put on top of M2 to stop the motion. So we have to make sure it is not moving. So if it is not moving, net force acting on it in vertical and horizontal direction should be what? 0. Now टेंशन फोर्स हम लगाते कैसे हैं? जैसे देख लो, सपोज कर लो आई एम हैंगिंग अ बॉडी of mass m with the help of a string. So what will happen? This string will apply a tension force, and tension force always remember, एकदम इसको कहीं पे दिमाग में लिख लो कि tension force always acts away from the body. ठीक है? Acts away from the body. It always acts away from the body. So if you're applying tension force on certain body, suppose I am applying tension force on mass m, so that tension force because of a string will act away from mass m, so its direction should be this. Now come to this question. If I am trying to see what will be the tension force acting on this pulley, so tension force always act away from the body. So because in this string it will be for pulley, it will be in this direction, and in this string for pulley, it will be in this direction. Same thing because the pulley is frictionless. Now come to this body. So on this body is also connected with a string, right? So tension force will act. Tension always acts what? Away from the body. So here tension will be this. And tension is same throughout because the string is what? Pulley is here what? Friction. Okay? So this is this. अब यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे भी M1 mass, if you are going to apply the tension, it will always act away from the body. So tension force acting on mass M1 will be this direction. Done. So this is done. This was all the question. अब कुछ नहीं करना हमें. So let's write the FPD of M1 first. So M1 को आप यहाँ पे लिख लो. Downward force M1G. Upward force is tension. If this is in rest, तो ये इधर नहीं जाएगा, तो ये भी इधर नीचे की तरफ नहीं जाएगा, क्योंकि if this will move, then this will come down. If this will move in this direction, this will go up. If it is in rest, it will also be in rest because they are connected through a string, है ना? अगर दो पर्सन है, दोनों को स्ट्रिंग से तुमने कनेक्ट कर दिया directly, then what will happen? If this person is moving in this direction, this person will also move in this direction. If a string is inextensible, है ना? So length has to be this only. It means if this is moving in this direction, this will also move in this direction, right? So if this is in rest, this will also be in rest. Now, if this is in raised, then T should be equal to M1G. What is the value of M1? That is 5. So this is 50 Newton. Tension is 50 Newton. Now calculate, write the FBD of this mass, M plus M2. Okay? So its total mass is how much? M plus M2. I'm taking it together because there is no talk of relative motion between M and M2. And they are together attached like a single body. If they are not moving on the surface of each other, we can consider them as a single body. So M plus M2 I'm writing. Now on this, tension force is acting in this direction and there is friction present in this surface. Then what it will do? Tension will try to move it in this direction. Friction will act in this direction. So friction force in this direction. Now, what is the question? Minimum weight aim that should be put on top of M2 to stop the motion. अब यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे ऊपर की तरफ surface क्या लगाएगा इस पे? Normal reaction ऊपर की तरफ. So N and in downward direction it will be mg. So tension will be equal to friction force. तो यहाँ पे friction force is equal to what? 50 Newton क्योंकि tension is equal to 50 Newton. So friction force is equal to how much? 50 Newton. And here friction can be written as mu n 50. n का value क्या होगा? That will be equal to m plus m2g. ये मैंने net mass लिखा है, ठीक है? So m2 is how much? 10. 10 plus m लिखो. 10 plus m. G का value क्या होगा? 10. 10 into 0.15, that is mu. So that will become 1.5 equal to 50. So if you're going to solve it, m का value क्या आएगा? You solve this equation. So if I'm going to solve that, this is 1.5. So that will become 10 plus m will become how much? 500 by 15. So this is your 100 by 3. M equal to 100 by 3 minus 10. So that is your 70 by 3. So if you're going to solve it, it will come around 23 something. Round off. Okay. So answer will be what? This one. Then I hope it is clear. So here the only thing important is how you will calculate tension. Sorry, how you will draw the tension. And second thing जहाँ यहाँ पे जो student confuse होते हैं वो ये कि अगर एक body है उसके ऊपर दूसरी body है, M है and this is the surface. How you will write the normal reaction acting between these two bodies and the surface? कैसे निकालोगे अगर दोनों को combined ले रहे हो? If you're not, even if we are talking about the relative motion, okay? Even if we are talking about relative motion between M and M, normal reaction that will act on this bottom body will always be equal to M plus mg. Always remember how it is coming like this. अगर मैं इसको तुम्हें break करके दिखा दूं, क्योंकि देखो question discussion class का मोटो ही ये है कि तुम लोगों को कॉन्सेप्ट बताया जा सके जो क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने में हेल्प होगा. तो एक काम करो, राइट द एफबीडी ऑफ एम एंड एम separately. So this m will do what? It will apply a downward force on the capital M mass, है ना? वो capital M mass के surface को downwardly press करेगा. So M is applying force on this like this. तो इसको N1 बुला लो. So reaction of this small m will also feel. So on a small m, force reaction pair will act like this. Done. So if you're going to write the FBD of M, it will be what? It will be in the upward direction N1 and downward direction it is G, right? If you're going to write the FBD of capital M, so वो आप कैसे लिखोगे? Capital M, नीचे क्या force लगेगा? mg. Now this, it is in contact with two surfaces, है ना? This capital M mass is in contact with two surfaces. This is surface 1 and this is surface, sorry, this is surface 2, right? So these two surfaces will apply a force on it. So small m was applying a force like this on N1 and this surface will apply a normal force on this direction, N2 ले लो. So what you can see here, N1 plus mg equal to, sorry, capital M लिखोगे, equal to N2. So N2, normal reaction getting felt by mass on the bottom is how much? N1. N1 is how much? A small mg plus mg. So देखो same आया ना? M plus mg. So that is how you deal with it. Done. So that is how you calculate normal reaction for two masses और 3 masses for जो भी non reaction getting 1 will be sum of all masses into G. Simple. ठीक है? I hope it is clear. Now let's move on to this question. Done. Take some 1.5 minute and do it. चलो टाइम बचा नहीं है वैसे, एक काम करो, इस क्वेश्चन को ना तुम लोग ये होमवर्क की तरह ले लो, ठीक है? ये क्वेश्चन है और ये एक क्वेश्चन है. डन. सो दिस इज ऑल. 2 questions are there. Done. This question is another one and this question is another one. Done. So एक काम करूंगी आज मैं, I will make a drive. I will insert a drive link in the description of your YouTube video. ठीक है? जहाँ पे 11th वीकेंड क्लासेस का वीडियोस आता है ना, अवंती लाइव 1 चैनल पे. वीडियोस में जाना, डिस्क्रिप्शन में I will share the link of what homework. ठीक है? So from there you can access. Anyone, any queries, any doubt, anything you want to say or you want to suggest? कुछ है तो बताओ. If you want some changes कि मैम ऐसे कर दो, ऐसे कर दो, कुछ भी ऐसा, या कोई प्रॉब्लम फेस कर रहे हो तो you can let me know. Only thank you. Okay, to kind of you people, thank you so much. तुम लोग क्लास ऐसे ही रेगुलरली ज्वाइन करो. I won't like you're getting everything here, but I'm trying to give you all much helpful in solving questions. Okay, so try be regular. That I will say, and yeah, keep on solving more and more questions. So today, if I discuss laws of motion, you should try to do more question from different kind of thing, from conserve of momentum, impulse, and all. So that is how you learn more and more. Okay? So try solving more and more question. In the next weekend class, we'll meet, and also in the next Saturday, Sunday, you will be having test. So all the best for that also. And yeah, keep reading, keep enjoying. Bye. Thank you.